When sitting in a beer garden amongst the chatter and the buzz, you'll often hear. But that noise would disappear under the government's plans to tackle smoking. We asked people in Herne Bay what they think of the idea.
People are going to smoke if they want to smoke. They're going to find a way, aren't they?
Just seems like more government control over people.
Smoking's just not good for you. It's not good for your pocket, it's not good for your health.
In reaction, hospitality firms are warning that jobs will be lost, but Gemma Crouch, the landlord of the Ship Centurion in Whitstable, isn't sure if a ban will stop people coming into the pub.
There are a lot of other pressures on pubs at the moment, so will another restriction on the pub trade cause an effect? Time will tell.
So Keir Starmer, well, he says the move is to relieve pressure on the NHS. Putting on the heating, having a cup of tea, cooking a hot meal. These are everyday essentials. However, this winter it may become impossible for millions of pensioners. I'm standing here amongst the piles of clothes which are going to be keeping people warm this winter. Neil Charlick fears people will die without the winter payments.
This is a bad idea. We need to look after these people. People will die. It's going to be that simple. So I think something needs to be done. It needs to be done quickly because the weather is changing very, very quickly.
Despite the backlash, the Prime Minister, Sir Keir Starmer, says the cuts are necessary due to the state of the country's finances. From the pictures of the Dartford Rugby Club, you can see the tall white pillars of the crossing. It's actually quite the sight, but when they hear this noise, it spells bad news, with the traffic leaving people unable to get in or out the club. Sophie Warren is the chair.
It's hugely frustrating because there is nothing we can do. We can't foresee it, we can't help, we can't do anything in our power. We are at the power of the traffic.
I spoke to the MP for Dartford, Jim Dickinson, last month, and he says finding a solution to the queues is a priority.
Wider gridlock in Dartford is an issue, and I'll be working very hard to try to get a new crossing.
The Lower Thames crossing is a way of doing this, but its £9 billion cost has seen the project delayed and its future uncertain. Standing on the banks of the River Medway, it actually looks quite inviting. I think I want to get my trunks on and go for a swim. But if I did that, I could be at risk after tests from the Environment Agency found chemicals in the water. Jason Ramsden is part of Wilsonian Sail Club in Hoo, and he's concerned.
There's a possibility that our boat capsizes. You could imagine if we were to digest some of that waste, we don't know what would happen to us.
Southern Water released nearly 600 million litres of sewage into the Medway in 2022, and in response it says it takes its role in the environment very seriously.